Alright everyone, and welcome to another week of League Racing Highlights. And yeah, first up then is the Apollo League at Hungary. And yeah, you're going to see right here, this first race did not go to plan. As you saw then, my teammate got blown up by lag as we were behind the safety car after a first lap incident. I went on to the medium tires to go to the end, but yeah, it ended up not really counting for much. As on the next lap, Roadrunner just gets completely blown up there and does cartwheels. And yeah, it was pretty clear. There's some incidents further behind as well. It was clear that we could not carry on with that race, unfortunately, as we were looking in a pretty good position there. But yeah, this is a rerun then, and it was one-shot qualifying anyway, so it's just another one-shot qualifying session after that. And yeah, welcome to this week's highlights then. No former Xbox this week, it's on a week break, so yeah, they'll be back next time. But we do have all the other races this week then. We've got two from Apollo, rounds 3 and 4 of the season, and then we've got the F1 League after this as well. So yeah, this is round 3 of the season then at Hungary. We've got Russia next after this, and yeah, certainly hoping that this one will go well. Hungary is one of my favourite tracks on this game, and yeah, obviously Russia is probably my least favourite, so I want to get a good result here ideally, because yeah, chances are Russia is probably not going to go too well for us then. But my first one-shot qualifying lap was not too great around here. We qualified third, I think. So I mean, it wasn't bad, but like I felt there was quite a few mistakes on it. But I don't like toot my own horn here, but like watching this one, I feel like it was pretty much a faultless lap for me. I couldn't have really found too much time. Maybe went a little bit wide at the final corner there, but as we come to the line, it is a 19.8, which I think is the quickest lap I've ever done around this track, like on this game, except for maybe like a time trial, but you can't really compare that because it's always a little bit quicker on time trial. But yeah, we take point by nearly 7/10 of a second, and yeah, I was very happy with that one then. Jack Sparrow in second and Little Imp in third. So got lights coming on now then, and away we go. And it is a pretty decent start, but we do get quite a bit of wheel spin. And like in Monaco, when we last took pole, we got Jack Sparrow getting alongside us then towards turn 1, and he's going to have the inside line then. We're going to try and brake as late as we can here, but it does look like he is through, but it's obviously not as much of the end of the world as it is maybe at Monaco. So we'll see what we can do. We are going to try and fight back straight away though into turn 2 here on the inside, and we'll see if we can get a good run here then through turn 3 here and up towards turn 4. We're side by side then, so nearly contact there. We're on the inside for turn 4. We got just hit from the side there randomly. I'm not really sure what that was all about. Might have been a lag, and we had to cut the corner, but I mean, we're contact, so I mean, there wasn't really much I could do. But we have retaken the lead then, and yeah, it's very chicane then. We are still in the lead, not really anywhere to pass in sector 2, and Jack Sparrow disappeared then. He's fallen to the back because his game froze, so yeah, that's massively unfortunate of him, but that has given us a bit of a gap here then. So that's good for us then. We managed to maintain that lead then all through the first stint of the race, and we're going to pit them at the end of lap 6 for the soft tyres. To the end of the race, they should go to the end. Obviously our set of super soft were used, so I mean, they may be a bit worn towards the end, but they should be more than alright, I would think. They were fine last time we raced here, if I remember right. And yeah, we actually had Feely disconnect then, but I do believe he does rejoin, but obviously that's going to have hurt him quite a bit in this one. We are going to pass him quite quickly again, and yeah, I have to say this one was quite a straightforward one really. I think quite a few people ran into bad luck behind me. I guess I was a little bit lucky really with the restart and everything, but I do feel that either way I would have been quite strong here. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this victory then. It was quite a comfortable one in the end then, with Roadsters in second there, and as you see, Feely made the soft to super soft strategy bet then to finish on the podium in third. CK was in 4th place. He took the initial pole position here, I think, so a bit unfortunate for him that he only finished 4th there. And the championship leader going into this one then, Payne, was only 5th, so interesting race then. And we're going to move on now then to the Russian Grand Prix, round 4 of the season. And if you watch my videos, then you'll know that I do not like this track at all, and yeah, it's just one that I can never seem to get on well with. Like, car just never feels comfortable around here for me. But yeah, I have to say this is probably like the cleanest lap I've ever done on this track, to be honest. Like, it's probably quite slow, but like the back end wasn't stepping out, and the car was somewhat troubling some apexes, so you know that's I'm normally like miles off of them, but yeah, we are 5th overall then, so it wasn't even that bad, 6/10 off with Payne taking pole, and yeah, a lot of people not setting competitive lap times. So yeah, we've got light rain then for the start of the race, so not really feeling that one to be honest, but we are going to underfuel the car a bit then, but it is going to get drier towards the end of the race, so we'll see what happens then as the lights come on now. Away we go then, and it is a very tentative start from everyone then, but I think Feely's had quite a bad start there, and that has allowed us to get alongside him then and past him through turn 1. We've not really got anywhere to go in front of us there. We had Jack Spar lagging a little bit, we had to get out of the throttle there, and yeah, towards turn 2 we're very cautious there on the brakes, nearly contact between Kung Fu Kenny Jack and Stealth Aquas, and in fact there is, as he rejoined afterwards, and Jack is all over the place there, and that's allowed Sirlingham to go around the outside. We're going to try and do the same as well, getting a kick of oversteer as we head around this long turn 3, and into turn 4 he's gone a bit ambitious there into the corner, he spun it, and I don't know if we were a little bit slow to react there, but we did lose a bit of our front wing there unfortunately, and we've lost well yeah, we've lost some of that, and we've lost a bit of time as well, as we've got another collision there with Stealth Aquas and Elusive Kev, so that's allowed us to get back up into 7th position then, and yeah, on to the next lap then. We see his solo side up in front of us, but we've gone wide there, that's going to have allowed Rudsters to overtake us, and through he goes then into 7th position, so certainly struggling quite a bit. I was expecting to, I mean full front wing or not, but yeah, on to the beginning of lap 3 then. There's a little bit of a battle shaping up here then for 4th place I think it is, and we do get a good run here on Rudsters, but once again just carrying too much straight line speed there, and having to get out of it there because obviously we couldn't move over to the right because he was still alongside us there, and yeah, obviously we couldn't just drive straight into the back of Stealth Aquas, as I think there's been a little bit of contact there. I think he sort of like slid into the Red Bull slightly there, and up to the back end a little bit, and that's allowed us to get through then and into 7th position, so I was starting to regain some ground here, but yeah, then there's a collision behind us with him and CK, and it doesn't seem to have affected him at all because we've gone a bit deep there, and he's just completely taken advantage of it there, and yeah, it's gone through and into 7th place. Down to lap 4, the safety car gets deployed, and I do something that would almost certainly get me a penalty in real life, and jump across into the pit lane well after the entry cone into the pit lane, and yep, we are going to come in there and change that front wing, and yeah, I mean we're going to drop to the back, but I mean we were down in 8th place anyway, so I mean it's not the worst thing that could have happened for us then, and we do now at least have a new front wing, and I do think some other people who didn't get a chance to pit when the safety car initially came out are going to come in and lose quite a bit of time then, because obviously we don't have a delta now then, but some people will have if they cross the line before the safety car came in. And there we go then, we've got Sirlane in the pits, we've also got Feely in as well I think it was, yep, and that puts us up into 9th place then. Safety car's getting ready to come in on lap 7, but we've had a collision there between the Rudsters, Roadrunner and Payne, and yeah, we see Payne there without a front wing, and having to give him the position back, but I think Roadrunner is having to let us through as well there, so yeah, we go through past him then, and drama going on there as we've got Mika player who actually caused that safety car there. His car is still sliding down the wall for some reason, but yeah, we are back racing then, and we've got Payne there in the pits there as we sort to replace that front wing, and yeah, we now find ourselves in 6th place, so that's worked out quite well for us then because we pitted in 8th place, and we're looking at Khan now then into the 2nd corner. He went a little bit wide there, we were quite cautious on the brakes, and he has maintained the position then for the time being, but we'll see if we can pass him. It does look like we are a little bit quicker than him, and the rain is very much dying down at this point, so yeah, we'll have to see how much of an effect that plays then. Only about 5.5 laps to go then as he runs wide, and through we go there, but as I say, only 5.5 laps to go. We'll see if this it gets dry enough to go onto the slick tyres then. I imagine it probably would, because once it gets to be a bit dry, the inters are just going to go off completely. As Elusive Kev that does it inside of Stealth Aquas for the final podium place, goes a bit wide though, and yeah, we suddenly find ourselves in this fight then, as I think a few people may have already pitted then for the slick tyres, but I don't know if it will have worked out for him too well, as we thought about having a look there at Stealth Aquas, but then we remembered what happened to CK just behind us, so yeah, we think better of it there, as we're following them through this tight section then towards the end of the lap, and we are going to go for it. Well, we weren't going to go for it, but he braked extremely early there, and yeah, through we go. We're now getting that call for the strategy then, and we will be going on to the super soft tyres then, and yeah, pitting from third position. It looks like the top two have also had the same call then, and yeah, those inters were starting to slide about quite a bit then, getting quite overheated, and that will only get worse over the next 4 laps if we were to stay out on them, which I think our teammate has, and also Stealth Aquas did. So our teammate may have just not went to queue behind us, but I don't know if Stealth Aquas was just taking a gamble there really, and trying to stay out to the end and see if he can maintain the lead of the race or something. But yeah, we'll see, as we actually have a big slide there coming out of the pits, but we get away with it luckily, and we're going to rejoin there in 6th place. As I say, Feely did pit a lap earlier for the slick tyres, and that seems to have worked out right for him then. And yep, Stealth Aquas then did try and stay out. Sirlane did pit after this, but yeah, for some reason he tried to stay out. It just wasn't going to work out at all really, and yeah, we took that position comfortably then, and we're up into 4th place. But yeah, race still not over then, because Kung Fu Kenny Jack is struggling quite a bit here. I don't know if he had some sort of damage or something, but he was very slow towards the end of this race. His teammate Feely passed him quite comfortably, and we caught right up to him then in these final few corners of the race, and we have a little bit of a slide though there, and that's probably going to hurt our chances, but I mean, it's not really an overtaking place, these final 2 corners, but we're closing right to the back of him then. He is struggling quite a lot it seems, and again, I don't really know why. I would assume damage, but yeah, we weren't close enough at the end, but still a very good 4th position there in changeable conditions at my least favourite circuit. So yeah, very happy with that one then, with Jack Sparr taking the win then, which means he's only had wins or DNFs this season. So yeah, very sort of hit or miss kind of start to the season for him then. A double podium for the 2 McLarens. Our teammate was down there in 9th position there, and yeah, you'll see from the standings then we are now leading the way then, and yeah, it's good for us then, but also in the constructors we are leading that as well, so 2 championship leads then for us to try and hold on to then, as yeah, that is it then for this week of Apollo. Last up for today then, it is the F1 League Season 5, and we're now at round 17 I believe of the season, and yeah, it is the Japanese Grand Prix, and yeah, this was actually the one race last season that we missed, having attended all the other races, but because of sort of work commitments sort of around Christmas time, I ended up not being able to attend this one. And yeah, it was back when the tyre wear glitch was still very much a thing, so yeah, probably that race wouldn't have been probably that reflective of maybe what we will see here today anyway. So yeah, I'd say probably still quite a lot of unknowns going into this one. Obviously we didn't have the amazement here last season either, so obviously that is one to throw into the mix. And also Leopard Bike 45, apparently that's how you say that, even though I can't think of anyone in MotoGP who is on a Leopard bike and is number 45, but apparently I was saying that wrong last time. But yeah, he's looking very quick as well, and yeah, I did think I had a good chance here. I do like Japan, and yeah, we saw that I had a very good win here in Apollo against the Amazement, so I was hoping for sort of similar here today. But yeah, unfortunately it's this one qualifying lap, because I track extended on one of my laps. Yeah, I lost that one, and then I only had this other lap, and yeah, I could have gone a lot better than that. I maybe could have got onto the second row, maybe, I'm not sure. I think Maestro could have gone quicker as well actually, but it was the Amazement who took pole from Silent Mole, and Leopard Bike on the medium tyre there were 33.8, very impressive. I think 33.8 is probably as good as I could have done, but yeah, just it didn't come together on the lap. And it is a fully dry race then, and recommended strategy then is a 3-stop, but yeah, I would say a 2-stop is certainly doable, and some people may even try 1-stop here even without the tyre glitch. But we've got the lights coming on now then. Away we go then, and it seems that once again some people have not gone away up front we've been more cautious this time, but we've been hit, and yeah, we've just had our front wing just completely, well, not completely, but very much damaged there. And you know, after Hungary I was sort of a bit more aware this time. I slowed down, and yeah, I just ended up getting hit anyway. So it's like you just can't win when you've got these lag starts going on. And I just pray that they somehow managed to sort this for F1 2017, even though my hopes are very, very low for that, considering all they seem to care about is showing us some classic cars. But yeah, we come in at the end of the lap then to change our front wing and go onto the hard tyres, hoping that we can still do this race in 2 stops. Going to be quite difficult, but yeah, the hard tyres can go a long way, like they did in Malaysia. They are the mandatory tyre as well. So we'll see what we do then as we rejoin last place, and Jordan Gibbs also pitted with damage. And yeah, on to lap 7 then, the pit stop starting to happen. Lil Imp had pitted and he was behind us now. We go up to Infinity, who actually pitted at the end of lap 2. There's been a 3-road crash up ahead there as Casey Loudon disconnected, and as he rejoined, there was another incident going on around him, and he got collected into it before he could even take control of his car. So that was, yeah, very unfortunate of him. But that person straight up to 12th place, and we've got a very good run here towards 130R and Infinity for 11th, and we just about managed to get it done without any contact there on the grass a little bit. But yeah, once I sort of caught up to him, I did seem to be quite a bit quicker, so I was really on the move. I wanted to get done there, but unfortunately that doesn't mean now he now has DRS down the pit straight then, and he's going to go straight back through there. And we tried to get a bit defensive there, try and maybe compromise his line in turn 1, but it didn't really work out, and he has retaken the place then for the time being. And yeah, we'll have to see if there's anything we can do in this sort of S section. And we do seem to be a lot quicker than him then. I don't know if he uses a paddle or wheel, but it does seem that the wheel is quite a bit quicker in the first sector, as was tending to find. I was noticing I tended to be purple quite a lot in sector 1s. But yeah, we were very close out of the Dunlop there, but just couldn't get close enough to, well, it's not really an overtaking place, to be honest. So yeah, that was pretty much why that was. As once again we've got a run then towards 130R here, and it looks like we actually had that one done there maybe a little bit more comfortably. So through we go then, and we'll have to see if we can actually hold on to it this time then. And yeah, we've got, I think, a bit of a better line through the Casio Triangle at that time. So yeah, we'll see what we can do then. But I think just the slipstream and DRS is so powerful on this track that it's going to be very hard to defend this one. Then we go defensive, going to make him go around the outside this time. We actually understeer quite a bit there into him in turn 2 and bang wheels, and it does look like he may still stay ahead of us. So we're still side by side there into the S's, and yeah, still by side, to and fro in here as we take it into the inside line. But then I have a bit of a snuff oversteer there, and that's hurt my momentum. And yeah, he's going to retake the place then, which was quite frustrating for me because I did feel that I was quicker at this point, and we do get a much better drive there. And yeah, through we go then, and yeah, in the Dunlop curve then, actually managed to get that one done then. But yep, once again then we're going to find ourselves under pressure here, and yeah, by the time we get to the DRS zone then, and yeah, he goes through once again and into 11th place. He goes deep in turn 2, but I don't think that's going to hurt him too badly there. And yeah, this time we play it a bit more, well, I say sensibly, but you know, learning from our mistakes from the previous few laps, and we are going to stay behind then until this pit straight DRS zone. Then he does actually have a big slide there as well out of the final corner, which does help us quite a bit there. As yeah, we're going to go for it now then down the pit straight, and yeah, it looks like we are comfortably ahead this time, and we do have now the whole of sector 1 to try and pull away on this lap. So yeah, this time round it does work out for us then. We are up into 11th position. And yeah, as I say, the this is where I tend to be quicker during this race in the first sector. So yeah, as I was saying, I could just use the chance now to pull away. In fact, up here we've got Hamilton fan who picked his way through the carnage on lap 1, but he has gone on to stay on those mediums too long, it seems, and he's got a puncture. So that actually us up into the points now then, having only done 1 stop in this race. And we do pit then for what will be our final stop then on lap 15, going into lap 16 now. And yeah, some very good life then out of those tyres. Once again in practice I did a long run on them, and yeah, like in Malaysia, was setting personal bests sort of quite late into the stint. So that really is sort of the case generally with the hard tyres. You can keep on going on with them, and sort of as you sort of wear them in a little bit, that you just find a little bit more pace on them. It's what I tend to find really with the hards in this game. And yeah, we do find ourselves then exiting the pits, still in the points then. And in fact, we moved up to 9th then when Jack Sparrow also pitted as well. But we've got a virtual safety car out now then, just past the billing actually, which is a little bit frustrating because we maybe could have gone for a little gamble there. But we've actually got Taylor the Law then, who has crashed out of the race. Not really sure what happened, but yeah, that has put us up into 8th place then. And yeah, nothing much happening after that then, rather an eventful race. That highlight, well, the battle with Infinity was the only real highlight of that race. Unfortunately, Maestro had some issues as well. I think a lag incident which dropped him down to 7th this one. But yeah, Leopard Bike then making the one-stop strategy work then to take the win, and Jork up there in 2nd as well. So yeah, they made that work very well then. The Amazement 3rd on the 2-stop. CK also making that one-stop work as well. 3rd line there in 6th, and yeah, Luke was in between them. So yeah, another disappointing day then for the Haas team. And yeah, I'm not really sure what the standings are because they haven't been published at the time of recording this, but I'd imagine the Amazement has now pulled out a bit of a lead in the championship because yeah, it was level between those two, him and Maestro, and I think that has probably hurt us quite a bit as well in the constructors end, having missed out on some points there. But that is it then for this week of Firelights. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, also let me know what you thought down below. I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.